Good afternoon and welcome. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we are gathered here today on the traditional territories of the signatories to Treaty 7. We also acknowledge the Métis people of Alberta who have a deep connection with this land. My name is Terry Rock. I'm the President and CEO of Platform Calgary. I'm joined today by the Honourable Doug Schweitzer, Minister of Jobs, Economy and Innovation, Christina Williams, CEO of the Alberta Enterprise Corporation, and Alison Sundstrom, Venture Partner of Builders VC. Platform Calgary brings together the resources of Alberta's tech ecosystem to support founders and entrepreneurs to launch and grow their startups at every step of their journey, including investors. We're standing here today in the Platform Innovation Centre, a hub and purpose-built home for innovators focused on inclusive, tech-led innovation, growth, and economic diversification to bring increased prosperity for all Calgarians. When it opens in the spring, the Platform Innovation Centre will be a single point of access for the innovation community, providing innovators tools and connections they need to succeed, all through that front door right over there. We're proud to partner with organizations in other regions and the Alberta government on important initiatives to help innovators across the province succeed. From the Hackett.AB hackathon last fall, which showcased the tech talent of Alberta's post-secondary students in developing solutions to current problems, to our partnership with Innovate Edmonton to create the cross-provincial pre-accelerator program, Alberta Catalyzer, we are committed to supporting the growth of Alberta's tech industry. That's why we're so thrilled to be hosting everyone here today at the Platform Innovation Centre in Calgary's emerging innovation district within East Village for an update on investments to help more Alberta startups grow. And with that, I would like to invite Minister Schweitzer to the podium to provide more details. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Terry, and it's great to be here at Platform Calgary. Every time I come here, there's a little more progress in the facility, and it's amazing to see. Again, we're here for an exciting announcement, an update on the continued development of Alberta's technology and innovation sector. Earlier on, when we started off with the recovery plan a year and a half ago, one of the marquee things that we did was put an additional $175 million into the Alberta Enterprise Corporation. Now, some people ask why. Why was this important to do? Because diversification, even though now we're seeing energy prices rebound, even though people are starting to talk about balanced budgets in Alberta, it's important for us as we start thinking about where does Alberta need to be in 2030 and 2040, that we continue to diversify Alberta's economy, and that happens in large part to the technology and innovation space here in Alberta. Not only do you have the city of Calgary now ranked in the top 30 in North America, the city of Edmonton in the top 50, some of the fastest growing technology sectors in all of North America. But on top of that, you're starting to see the jobs flow into Alberta as a result. In the third quarter of last year, you started to see net migration patterns in Canada change for Alberta. We haven't seen that type of migration since 2015. You're starting to see thousands upon thousands of jobs filled right here in Alberta. So when you take a look at our technology and innovation strategy to diversify Alberta's economy, we're pulling on this from many different angles. Number one, it's talent. We want to make sure that our post-secondary institutions are developing the talent necessary to fill all of these new jobs that are being created. Also, earlier this month, we announced our new immigration strategy to fast-track people with the highly skilled technical abilities that are going to fill these positions as well. On top of that, you need mentorship and you need customers. So we've invested in programs like Catalyzer that Terry Rock mentioned, the accelerators across Alberta. So we have international accelerators with a presence in Alberta. We're building our homegrown accelerators as well, provide that mentorship and customer access for businesses here at home. Now, the other prong that we're pulling at as well is capital. We need early stage capital all the way through venture capital until these companies become fully funded and big enterprises. But we're starting to see that momentum happen in our ecosystem. And today's announcement is going to continue to provide access to capital for Alberta companies. And that is so critically important for the long term. So we're pulling on this from every possible angle to make sure that Alberta diversifies and also grows our amazing tech sector that we have. We have lots of wins happening here at the local level with companies becoming unicorns like Benevity. I think we have a possibility of a couple more unicorns coming in 2022 for our province that were homegrown right here in Alberta. But on top of that, you have national presence as well, from RBC coming in, establishing its innovation hub. Earlier today as well, Ernst & Young announced 200 people for the financial services industry to service the Americas right here in Alberta, plus major international investment coming into our province. You have Amazon Web Services with its billion-dollar commitment to Alberta, emphasis creating thousands of jobs here in the city of Calgary. Really exciting time for the technology and innovation space. We want to continue this momentum. Today's important for that. I'm going to let Christina Williams highlight the details on this. It's amazing work, so thank you to Christina and the team at Alberta Enterprise Corporation doing excellent work to get us to this point. You've been working on this for over a decade. This is truly also a compliment to the team at Alberta Enterprise Corporation. When they started this challenge over a decade ago, we had just a nugget of a technology and innovation space, and today it's one of the fastest growing parts of our economy. So big thank you to Christina and her team. They've been critical to getting that done. So over to Christina for the details on today.
Thank you, Minister Schweitzer. It's certainly been an exciting few years here in Alberta. Venture activity in Alberta is continuing to break records, and we're seeing many of the companies moving from startups to scale-ups. Not only does this mean more jobs created here in Alberta, but it's also showing very strong signs that our technology ecosystem is maturing. As companies continue to scale, it's really important that they have the resources that they need to stay and grow here. Our mandate is to supply venture capital for those technology companies. We take a very strategic approach. We look at the demand and need of the technology sector, and we try to match the supply of capital to that need. To find out what that need is, we do a deal flow study every couple of years, and we look at how many technology companies are there, where are they located, which sectors are they in, and what stage are they at. The latest one we did, we saw since 2012, there's been a 203% increase in the number of technology startups in this province. We now have more than 2,800 technology startups in Alberta. We also saw that most of them, so 70% of them, are offering a business-to-business sales. 67% of them are focused on software products, and 36% of them are using artificial intelligence or machine learning. Today, we are announcing a $10 million investment in Builders Fund 2, a San Francisco-based fund. We're also announcing that we're increasing our already $10 million commitment with another $3.7 million into Yaletown Growth Fund 2. And by the way, stay tuned for an announcement from that fund about their first Alberta investments from that fund. We're also happy to welcome Alex Hope from Alta ML to the Amplitude team, which we've made a $5 million investment into. He will be sourcing on their behalf and on our behalf Alberta investments for that fund. The investments into Amplitude, Yaletown, and also Builders strategically aligns with what we found in the deal flow study. All three funds provide access to capital, both to help modernize our current industries, but also to create new ones, like precision medicine. They're all very well connected into their teams in Montreal, Toronto, San Francisco, and Vancouver. And all of these investments, they bring more than just the money. They bring access to mentors and to talent and to markets. I want to thank the government of Alberta for making sure that the very important capital these technology companies need to stay and grow here was supplied. It's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur in Alberta. We have more capital available for founders now than ever before, and investment activity is very strong. And I can't wait to see what more 2020 has to bring for our technology sector. With that, I'm very pleased to introduce Alison Sundstrom. She's the venture partner for Builders. She's a general partner of the 51, and she's a founding partner of CDL Rockies Ag Stream.
Thank you, Christina, and thank you, Minister. And what a wonderful facility to have this kind of news. I am a founder that founded my company more than 2 decades ago in Alberta. We grew our company from a garage in Alberta around the world. And one of the greatest challenges that I had as an entrepreneur was finding capital. And I'm so very pleased to see the direction and the forward movement that we've had in Alberta from founding Platform Calgary in this wonderful space, but also in the support of AAC and the Minister's Office in building venture capital. Builders VC is a fund that I joined as a venture partner because I love their focus on founders. Essentially, we have, since the closing of Fund 2, we have over $500 million in assets under management. And to date, the firm has made 59 investments across North America who have gone on to raise over $1.5 billion with $7 billion in enterprise value created. That's the power of venture capital. In Alberta, we're very pleased that we've made some keystone investments in 4 incredible tech companies. We co-led the $7.4 million investment in Virum with BDC. Virum is a developer of an asset visualization platform that's taking the oil and gas industry into a digital future that will future-proof the oil and gas companies that work with this company. We led the seed round in provision analytics that's improving the traceability and flow through of the supply chain of our food chain, and a very important function. We also participated in the seed Series A round with Ambient, which has developed artificial intelligence-powered optimization software designed to improve ERP solutions. In Fund 2, we have already co-led the $2.5 million round of Quote to Me, which is focused on digitizing the construction industry. I'm very pleased to be located in Calgary with our general partner, Mark Blackwell, and we are joined in Edmonton by Paul Verhessen, who is a specialist in the construction industry. Together, we're so pleased and ready to invest in Alberta companies, and thank the government so much for recognizing that innovators are those that fuel our economy. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, everyone. That brings us to the question and answer part of our event today. I know that all 4 of our speakers are willing to answer questions, and at the moment, I understand there's nothing on the line. We'll just give it a couple seconds here, just in case there's a question that just hasn't made it in yet. Operator, can you put through the first caller, please?
Thank you. Dean Bennett, Canadian Press.
Hi, it's a question for Minister Schweitzer.
Hey, Dean.
Sorry, Minister. Sorry. I don't see it at the podium there. Minister, sorry, it's an off-topic question, but it's an issue that I think needs to be addressed given that it's a live issue with your government. Read the events of last week. So I need to confirm with you, sir, when you were Justice Minister, did you ever have occasion to call up, say, a police chief or a prosecutor or contact anybody directly in the justice system about an issue that directly affected you? If so, why or why not?
Simple answer, Dean, no.
Should there ever be a situation, if you had occasion to do so, would it ever be appropriate for you as Justice Minister to do so, and would you have done so?
Dean, on
and
that
why or
one,
why not, please?
Dean, I appreciate the question, and I understand the relevance to where we are right now. As it relates to the circumstances of Minister Madhu's phone call that was made, that right now is, there's an independent review that's happening of that right now. It would be inappropriate for me to provide further observations on this at that point in time. It is going through that review. I know it's going to be made public. So I'd defer to the Premier and the individual that's conducting that review as to whether or not the phone call was appropriate or not.
All right, thank you, Minister. And I believe that is the last of the questions we have. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Have a great afternoon.